Bennington show on a, what are we, Tuesday today, Gail? Yeah, my mind's all but
It is.
shot. Go over to our social media, see if you can't get in on this Dennis Dugan Unmasked. Also, Chris tells me that we've going to give out some prizes in the last hour of the show. What do we have, Chris?
Have a Bob Hope box set and a Robin Williams box set available to give away.
All right, here's the deal on this. This is a very nice gift for somebody on your Christmas list.
That's true.
I'll only say this. Give your dad the Robin Williams. Give your grandmother the Bob Hope. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. Yep.
They're like, where did you get this from? Like, don't even worry about it. We'll have a
Very
big
nice.
Christmas. So we'll just open up phone lines for that in the last hour. Vito will give it away from inside
That's awesome.
the studio. He's the last person at the
Yeah.
studio. I do want to, well, I'm not sure I can do it.
We can wait. You can do it in a bit if you want. In the
Yeah,
meantime,
I will.
I will interject that I think perhaps Ordinary World might be as good as the new wave synth pop sound gets. That song is absolutely perfect. And just now, I always love that song, but just now I was listening to it and I was thinking of a very sad, lonely boy, Chris Stanley, in his fantasy world, just trying to push out the ordinary world.
Oh, that's really beautiful, Gail.
Thank you, Gail.
A lot of people are comparing Chris's handwriting with the Unabomber. Getting quite a few times.
It's deteriorated rapidly in the last few years. I just
That's
don't like
nothing to-
writing.
That's nothing to brag about, Chris. You could have,
Shouldn't
Since-
deteriorate.
since you knew where it was going, you could have taken your time and almost treated it as a drawing. And your drawing also stinks.
But you don't like the fucking aroused wizard?
No.
No, I don't.
In his right hand's a beer because I thought that'd be cool.
All right, I'm going to try to keep it together here. We lost a friend of ours. Going back for me 20 years now when the Ron and Fez show came here. Not only a friend of mine, but a friend of Earl's, a friend of Fez's, and one of the many, many remarkable women that we met. Her online name was Swissy, and such a really a beautiful, talented person. And I had no idea that this job even existed, but her day job was an engraver for Tiffany's when I met her. And I'm like, Jesus, how many people could even get that job? And she was just all heart, just the sweetest person ever. And this is when we would know Solera and Missy and just a bunch of really wonderful women that we hung out with. Earl was part of that as well, and you stayed in touch with Swissy, right, Earl?
Yes, I did. We stayed in touch through social media. We wished each other's birthdays because our birthdays were only a few days apart, and I'm sorry. Sorry.
Here's the crazy thing when you think about how big New York City is, Gail. So I went back through my DMs, and I'd always followed a lot of her stuff, but you know, like with adult friends, you're not together all the time. So I went back through my DMs about one of the last times I talked with her, and she was also a good friend with Carl Ruiz. She was a good friend with Mo from Tatouche, and of course Drew Boogie, and all these other people that we know from different places. But we got back together when we lost Vic Henley. And she said to me, I went over and visited Vic after Carl died. The night after, Judd and I went to be with Vic, and we ate plum pie that his neighbor made. But she goes, it was always me, Carl, Sherrod, and Vic all last summer that hung out together. Here's, and obviously I know Vic from different places and Sherrod from different, you know what I mean? Like, I know Swissy, but not, but she met those people separately. But there's the three or the four of them that were hanging out, and three of them are gone. All healthy young people. None of this, not one of them was COVID related. But it's just crushing in these times to hear that.
It's really, really heartbreaking. And I think about how many of those people that you guys met during that time and how close you guys all came. And, you know, she really, when I think of her, I just think of her with a whole crew of girls who were always together at your shows and all the hangouts that you guys did. And it's just really sweet to me how close everybody was.
Well, I always loved this about radio. It was like, obviously they met through the NEW shows that they were following, but then they go off and have their own life experiences beyond that. You know what I mean? Like, it's only like a meetup place. But Solera, was her online name, Morellis, she was the one that was with her during these things. And Solera's like one of the most powerful women I've ever met in my life. And I just think of the pain that she's been through. And that kills me as well. Because I know this is, it's just so tough. I mean, there's been so much tragedy. I was actually just thinking about this because when I got the call, Beth contacted your mom because Swissy and your mom would check in every witchy holiday that there was. I don't know them all. Guavaween. I don't know the names of these things. But that's how you know, you kind of keep adult friendships over these things, you know, through social media. And you just kind of realize how many fantastic people that you've met over the years that touch your life in ways that you don't even know.
I was just looking at some of her engravings. Really, really beautiful work, too. She's such a talented person.
Yeah. I mean, like, talented in a way that I don't even know how that talent exists. How you could sit and engrave something that's worth, you know, a phenomenal amount of money without freaking out. Earl, we get you back, buddy?
Yeah.
What were you trying to say?
I was just trying to say that how remarkably sweet and encouraging she always was. And, you know, I would post a photo. She would always like it. And again, we always just communicated through social media. I hadn't seen her in a long time. And everyone loved her. Everyone absolutely loved her.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
And it's just this year sucks. It just royally sucks. And you know, her family. I just send out my deepest sympathies and condolences to the family and everybody who loved her. It was a tough one. It was a real tough one.
Yeah. A lot of those folks we bind it with after 9/11. People got even closer then. But I remember this one thing, how excited we were for her, because out of nowhere, I don't know how this hooked up, but when The Sopranos was this major show, it was like the must-see TV show, she got a gig as a bada bing girl, and you just see her in
I
the
remember that.
background. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were like so excited, so crazy excited. But you know, I know her just from in the city, but like she lived this outside of the city life where she liked horses, and I know how much that she loved her sister and her mom. Just a really, really kind person. And like I said, you just really don't realize how much people touch you in your life. And, you know, Earl brought up this year, over the course of the last few months, I've lost 3 friends from different points in my life. You know what I mean? One from when I was a kid, one from when I was a young adult, now Swissy. And then, you know, we turn around when this thing started, we lost Vic Henley, Carl Ruiz right before that. These are just people that are the folks that you don't see every day, but these are the people who love life. You know what I mean? These are the people who make life fun. Oh, man. Also, she would defend people so quickly. It was really, really adorable. You know what I mean? Like, there is some people who will be like, leave Stalker Patty alone. You know what I mean? They're always my favorites. They want to make sure everybody's okay. And I think that's why she liked Earl's dumb pictures. You know what I mean? I mean, those pictures, you just look at them and you're like, is he even trying? And Swissy's like, yeah, he did something. He pointed his phone at that and clicked. You know I'm kidding, right, Earl?
Yes. Yes, I do.
We had a lot of late nights, man. A lot of
yeah,
late
yeah.
nights. That was all part of that WNEW pirate ship, too, where Friday night would keep going on. You look up and all the listeners would be hanging in the studio. Was that madness before, before 9/11? None of any of the big buildings really even had security. You could just walk in to any building in New York, and that all changed. Now I guess you can't walk in any place without a mask or get your temperature taken.
True.
The Hard Rock parties were pretty epic, too.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's stunning to me that she knew Mo, she knew all these other people. Some of them, I just, to this day, I don't know how her and Sherrod became friends. You know what I mean? Because that was a whole different thing than I was running in. But I know Sherrod from other place. Just, is the other weird thing, too, of, like, what we're all going through, is, like, when I did find out, just total numb.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like,
think
sometimes,
that's-
like, yeah.
I think that's very much happening in this time. It's, of course, because we are so detached from our everyday life that I think becomes harder to process shocking news like this, and I don't think that people get to grieve the same way they used to.
And like I said, the last time I talked to her was about losing other friends and being devastated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
These are young people that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And the thing that gets to me is Chris is going to bring up his favorite fantasy books. It's just... What is it? It's like being with a baby.
Seems silly now.
I don't know. Maybe if we can all just make it over this hump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the key. Can I say happy Thanksgiving to our friend Bob Fonseca, who called us, and then we weren't able to hook up today, but love that dude. Looks like I'll be moving to Austin immediately.
That would be great.
I've been asked to live with Matthew McConaughey.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, apparently
Matthew
we really hit it
McConaughey.
off on it. Go ahead and play it.
I'll find it. Hold on.
Yeah. Sometimes I just need to hear Juju's little voice. I heard she was up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. She's on a weird sleep schedule. She is sleeping next to me right now, though. So that's, I guess, something. I'm glad she's sleeping, because I know I didn't.
Well, you got some days to sleep now, Gail. You have nothing but time.
All right. Here's Juju.
Juju, who's that?
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. That's right.
Seriously. It kills me. Chris, you're going to have a small Thanksgiving, right?
Very small Thanksgiving, yes. Don't know what we're going to have yet, but it's going to be quite small, Ron.
So you don't even know what... Thanks for...
I mean, we're 2 days out. So
First of all, Chris, you're going to be having dinner, so I doubt it.
oh, shit.
fucked up.
But why did you focus so hard that it's going to be quite small? Perhaps the smallest in the history.
Think of small. Half that size.
And then quarter it. It's so small, I believe we were eating flea that night. Just a small flea.
Roast flea. Ew. That's going to make me puke.
It's making me starving.
Why would roast flea make me so sick?
I guess the fact that you would take a flea, put it on a plate, grease it, put it in the oven.
The grease.
Hey, remember what they said in the movie? Grease is the word. Grease is the word.
Lemons. I'm just thinking of fresh lemons right now.
Fresh lemons. Squeezing them. People are now asking, is there a way to get a better type version of what Chris put on his list? And I'm just saying no. I don't want anyone to read any of Chris's books.
No, Ron, they should read the books. Take me out of it, all right? Just fucking take me out of the equation.
I wish I could, Chris.
For fantasy novels. These are fucking classics. People will enjoy them if they like the fantasy genre.
All right, we're getting ready to wrap this up. The next 3 days, Chris has put together basically the same show to play every day for 3 days. I don't understand it, but that is life. Your point was these were 3 travel days, Chris.
Yes, 3 travel days. People will be traveling. They're going to need something to listen to, and that's the Bennington Thanksgiving show that's done for the last 5 years.
Even if they're having the smallest of Thanksgiving.
Yes, the fact that people need things to listen to is why I've made a career of radio.
Yes, exactly.
Ron, they simply must listen during this holiday season.
But I want to say I'm thankful for you guys. And Earl wanted the chance to get himself back together because he wanted to say something about our friend that we lost, Swissy. So, and by the way, I don't think that Earl embarrassed himself at all. This was the one person in the world that ever cared for Earl. And why wouldn't he have felt emotional? Earl?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was just the. She was the best. She was a really sweet person, really kind, really caring, always looking out for everyone. Even as she passed, I found out that all of her organs were donated, and so even she's going to be helping someone even when she's not here. So, yeah, I love her to death, and I'm going to miss her terribly.
Yeah, we all are, Earl. That was very nice.
It's really sweet.
And I didn't know about the organ donation, but I'll be honest, I don't like the idea of it. I like to keep all my organs. You know what I mean? I just don't want other people to have them. I don't know what they're going to do with them. But, you know, the entire thing of Thanksgiving is to be thankful. And quite frankly, I do want to thank Swissy for her friendship over the years. And I tell you, it means so much to me to know that the people who were there in the last days of her life with her to help her transition was Missy and Arelis, people that we met at the same time. And that blows me away. So think about people that you've known throughout the years at different times of your life, even if you haven't been there for a while. These are the people that shape you. These are the people that create your life. And a lot of people go, you can pick your friends, but you can't, pick family. I don't know. I never know why the people who show up in your life are your friends, even if it's just for a while. It seems like it's out of your hands sometimes. And like I said with Swissy, the last time I talked with her, we were talking about how just awful it was to lose Carl Ruiz and Vic Henley. And now Swissy's gone. 3 friends. All young, all healthy, none of it COVID related. We love you, girl. Thank you so much for being in our life. Everybody have a Thanksgiving filled with gratitude. And think of old friends. Love you, Swissy. See you on the other side.